Hello, hello, and hello. I am the S.O.C.K, aka John Shadowdark, and welcome to the second session of Wild Hunt Volume 1. Last session, our Beast Boys set sail for their first wild hunt, and on the way, they were attacked by a band of murderous fish folk known as Sahagwin. I think it's pronounced Sahagin, but I don't like that. Either way, after fighting them off, they made their way to the Beast Boys' base of operations known as Fort Gol'Kosh. As they headed into camp to meet the leader known as the High Fang, they ran into a veteran third Fang of the Beast Boys known as Edwig Winter. Edwig explained that he hates the current wealth-obsessed state of the Beast Boys and attempted to bribe the players to stay out of the Wild Hunt this year so he can win and run for the position of High Fang. And after the players refused like Giga Chads, he threatened them and then walked away. And the group met the High Fang afterwards, who is a tiefling named Cynic Brand. And Cynic explained that his philosophy is he explained his whole philosophy to them, and then we ended with him revealing the target for this wild hunt, which is the egg of a serpentine magical beast, and that is where we pick up. So first things first, as like you get a scene of Cynic kind of explaining to you guys, kind of like picking your brain on what you think that this egg may be and stuff. Um, he kind of his eyebrows kind of perk up for a second and he's like, oh, that's right. He calls in a person that had walked up to this tent. And Bert, do you want to give us a rundown of your character and everything?
Sure. So you just see a very generic human lad approaching you. He just wears a normal gambesson instead of some fashionable armor or whatever. And he carries a short sword and a big backpack full of stuff. And he walks up to the party, extends his hand and says, "Hi, my name is Henry Carpenter. Pleased to make your acquaintance."
Henry Carpenter, that's hilarious. I'll just reach my hand out and shake his hand. John Smith, nice to meet you.
I take your hand with my other hand as well and just shake it very enthusiastically.
No.
I nod at you. Hello.
Hello. I nod back, and yeah.
I am Finnan. And he looks like a armored bastard sword and very wayfish-looking, sickly elf.
Oh, you don't look too good.
And
Are you alright?
sopping wet and wounded.
Oh,
We had a
shit.
rough trip over here and to
Yeah.
fight Hoggins.
The smell of blood and salt water is very heavy. The stench coming off of them and stuff, for sure. But yeah, so you guys get your introductions in order and everything. Cynic Brand basically just explains that this is another candidate that you can choose to be friendly with if you want. He doesn't really give a fuck. But yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah, so he just explains that the objective for the wild hunt is to get that serpentine egg that he had displayed on the picture that he showed you guys. He does say that he'll give you guys a tip on the information that the egg's location is probably known by the merchant who contracted the Beast Boys for the egg in the first place. It's a halfling named Norbert Bigsby, and he lives in the outer reaches of Braemspire, which is the capital city of the Black Earth Consortium, which is like the province that you guys are like right next to and everything. And he also says you could check with the local Rangers Guild, since Norbert mentioned that the Rangers he originally hired had disappeared. But that's up to however you guys want to go about the whole situation. He explains that he usually doesn't help out participants, but since Edwig is out there clearly like bribing other members of the Beast Boys to not compete, he'll try to make things interesting. And
That's that's right. Yeah, we were offered quite a bit of money to not hunt. Are you offering us money to hunt?
The money that you get is from the hunts that you guys earn yourselves. I don't give a fuck whether Egwig wants to bribe the people. In my opinion, anybody who would take empty coin that they didn't earn themselves just to stay safe for another day doesn't deserve to be a beast boy. You have my respect for not taking it, though. I'm a man of money, but I'm a man of earned money.
Maybe we can earn some of your money by bringing back the trophy for you.
You can bring me back something a little extra. I might slide you something to make it worth your while.
Money sounds good.
Is there a way to get heal up and get supplies for the trip?
Oh yeah, that does bring up a good point. That it makes sense that he would have to explain it to you. He kind of laughs for a second because he doesn't usually have to explain this to people most of the time. He says, "Since this is your first wild hunt, this is a good point for me to bring up that essentially, out of game, you'll have to hunt for your food like within the region that you're like hunting for the egg in and stuff. So you can't go into the wild hunt with your own food and stuff. Everything that you get is what you kill, essentially."
Well, good thing I'm a vegetarian because I can kill lots of leaves.
Can't bring any kind of rations with us. This is
This is the Beast Boys, man.
it's a bit much, don't you think?
I mean, if you succeed, you'll get a fang, so I think it's well worth it. Plus, if you didn't want to go into killer circumstances with Beast, why'd you join the Beast Boys anyway?
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point.
And he tells you guys that he is gonna take a little nap until it's time for him to commence the wild hunt and stuff. So you guys can do whatever you want in Fort Gol'Kosh. Like I explained before, there's people like in the corner of the area that are playing like I don't know what it's called, but it's when you like strap somebody to like a board and like spin them around the board and like throw knives to try to not hit them, essentially.
I think it's called torturing. I don't know. I don't think that's
Yeah, it's
actually
probably
a
called
game.
torturing. That's a good name for it. Yeah, they're torturing a goblin right now that they have like strapped to a wooden board that they're spinning around and throwing knives at it and stuff. So they have a bet, that sort of thing, where you can put in 1 gold, and for every time you basically just have to beat his AC, which is I think it's a 13, if I'm not mistaken. You just have to beat a 13, and for every time you succeed, which is you missing him and hitting the wooden board, you get 2 gold. However, they do say that if you hit him in the nuts, that you get 5 gold.
5 gold?
That's a lot for
Yeah,
this economy
that's
and
a lot
stuff.
of money. In this economy?
Yeah, you guys can go drink or go place bets. There's people playing Wizards and Thieves, and like there's like various people in the crowd that are complaining, like, why is this game so complicated? And
To be
Yeah.
fair, it's not that hard.
I'm just making a joke because it took me like 20 minutes to get it when we did it one time during the session. But
Yeah.
yeah, you
I
guys
asked-
are.
I asked Cynic, is there a place where I can go to worship Ord? A temple of sorts or a shrine?
Yeah, I think they made a shrine for a couple of the 4 lords somewhere around the corner over there. And he walks out of the tent and points to like a very small corner of the camp. You see very shabby looking shrines. There's like some like feces on like a couple of them and stuff like that, and they're like a little bit chipped and cracked, and like some people have like hung, dirty laundry on top of them and stuff. And he says you can go pray over there. That's some members had made a little shrine area.
It's sacrilegious, she mutters under her breath, and she walks over there and she starts to clean it up a little bit before she starts doing her daily devotionals to Ord.
All right, and what is everybody doing to pass the time and everything? Out of game, also, I just want to say for the audience, The player who plays Tonal Loke is not here with us today, so we can kind of just flavor effect or like reason. I think that he's just off telling people, trying to convince them that he fought 2 sharks by himself and everything. So he's just trying to get people to believe him and stuff.
Yeah, I'll do a counter diplomacy check on him. Be like, nah.
You try to convince, you trying to convince people that he didn't do that.
Yeah, I'll wait till he leaves the area and then tell him the true story. I'm actually trying to heal up, so I will look for a local shaman or healer or apothecary, somebody who can maybe heal me.
I'm gonna go with Finnan as I see what he's doing because I need a bit of healing too.
Roll me a D100 to see if there's a priest in this. Like this is a fort full of beast hunters and warriors and stuff. There's not really a lot of if you couldn't tell by the state of the shrines, there's not a lot of religious stuff going on in this camp. So
And there rangers can do a little healing, or they just stabilize. I can't remember.
Well, Shanti can heal. She's over there at the shrine. She was hoping that we would be able to rest a little bit before we advance to the next journey. So, but if you'd like to come on over, she'd be happy to try.
Oh no, if we're sleeping here tonight, I'll just get my hit points back that way. But I'll role play that with you to get tended to.
yeah, Cynic would explain before you guys like fully leave out of the tent and everything. That's essentially just both him and me saying out of game that you can definitely take a rest now if you want to, but he's doing like the announcement for the Wild Hunt is commencing this evening or / tonight. So other people may head out during that time period while you're resting, but it also is a scenario where like you might want to go into that scenario with as much HP as you can. So it's like a strategy, that sort of thing.
I eat all my rations too. So they're gonna head out in the Shadowdark at night.
Shadowdark.
Oh, the Shadowdark.
That's foolish. Be in the Shadowdark at night.
Cynic says it may be foolish to head out into the Shadowdark at night, but you don't become a beast boy by being smart.
We survive being a beast boy by being even smarter.
No, you survive by killing whatever in front of you.
Aye. That too.
You survive by not dying, idiots. And he shakes his head.
So are we looking at like a majority vote to rest tonight?
Sure.
Definitely.
I need to get a little. I want to get full HP before we leave.
I lost a spell too, so I need.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We need to rest then for that for sure, if we can.
Alright, so I still have rations on me. Will they take him away from me?
Yeah, you can't once the Wild Hunt actually commences and you leave Fort Gol'Kosh, yeah, you can't take any food with you.
Alright, so I'll just drop him.
You'll have to hunt for your rations yourself.
They have food police come around and check your pockets.
Yeah, I think he just has his this is like in the future, like when you guys are leaving, but like he would have his hellhound Fenris walk up to everybody and like sniff their pockets and everything and sniff their bags and stuff. One person you see that has like a sweet roll hidden like at the bottom of their bag, and Fenris just bites off the bottom of the bag and it like lights on fire, that sort of thing.
Dang.
They're not playing around. But yeah, unless anybody's doing anything specific, the evening kind of passes. There eventually is like a big commotion when you see there's like a circle forming in the middle of Fort Gol'Kosh. And in the center, you see Cynic Brand's daughter, Mara. She's like yelling at Edwig Winter, the dude who tried to bribe you. This big, burly guy. She's yelling at him about something about like disrespecting her father's honor. So you see they're about to get into a duel, and people are like placing some bets as to see how many hits do you think Mara will get off against him and everything. Are you
What's
guys?
the over? I'll take that over.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be rolling a 1d4. So it's essentially just
I take the under.
I'm not good with betting, but my general idea with it was that I'm gonna roll a 1d4 to see how many strikes she lands on Edwig during this battle and everything. And you just make a guess for how many you think that she's gonna get. And basically, like for every one off that you miss, it's one gold piece. But if you hit it, that I would imagine it's probably like two gold for each hit. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm like homebrewing it off the top of my head.
No, then that you would always want to bet 4, then you'd be off by 3 if it's a 1, but you get 8. So I bet 4 hits.
I bet 3. Let's go.
Does anyone else better?
No, John's just gonna stay there and watch the situation happen.
Come on,
Shanti's
John.
at the shrine.
She's at the shrine praying.
You shouldn't be placing bets on children.
Yeah, she is like 10 years old, but she's very serious. She has on her training leathers and everything, and has a quarterstaff in her hand. So we'll see how many she gets. Only one. Yeah, so the duel starts, and you see like people are cheering for her and everything, and are like just drunk watching this whole affair and stuff. She's trying to close the distance with him and everything, but he's like sidestepping her and like playing around and everything. It's like that sort of scene like basically from Black Panther when Killmonger was like, this is your king, that sort of thing, where he's like, this is the future of the Beast Boys. He's like taunting her and stuff, but eventually she like ducks under his arm on like one strike and like cracks him across the jaw with her quarterstaff. And at that point, you see it's a very quick affair after that, where he like gets serious and like pummels her and everything, and like to the point where like other Beast Boys are like kind of, even the other Beast Boys are kind of like getting a little bit like queasy watching this whole thing. But eventually, so who bet what? Because it would basically.
Then bet
I would have
4 hits.
I would have saved 4 silver, 5 silver, 5.
Yeah, just take off like 2 gold pieces, I would say, or something like that. But
All right.
yeah, eventually Mara is just like laying there, and Cynic has to like walk up. You see his like jaws set, like very serious, that sort of thing. But he obviously couldn't intervene because this is an honor bound duel, and he carries her off, and then eventually comes back out with this brass horn. Let's see. Yeah, he walks out with this brass horn in hand, and he gathers everyone, and he starts the official Beast Boys Wild Hunt chant, which is I know for sure Finnan can understand Sylvan because you're an elf, but anybody else who can understand Sylvan, you hear him say, "I call upon Keranos the thrice cursed, pledging this hunt in his tarnished name. As the first High Fang forged their bond in steel, so too may it be bolstered with blood. Thrice cursed, thrice scorned, 3 fangs to become the master of the wild hunt." And Sylvan, it's like, "I'll Shara Keranos thrice Vileen," that sort of thing.
Nice. I translate to everybody. I say, he says, "Good luck."
It is noteworthy for you, Finnan, being an elf. You've definitely heard of Keranos before. He is the archfey of the hunt, specifically being tied to the wild hunt, which is like a sort of like a planar event and everything. But he's known both for being equal measure a warrior sort of archfey, but also a like unrelenting savage and everything to the people that he's hunting.
Wood elf barbarian.
Wood elf barbarian indeed. But yeah, you guys eventually head out of Fort Gol'Kosh. Oh, actually, no, you rest first, so you head out in the morning.
Eat all my rations.
You're just shoveling down food.
Yeah. Make gear slot available.
All right, 1 second. I guess this is a good point to bring up. Are you guys heading to talk to Norbert? How are you guys wanting to? Are you guys just going to try to look for it yourselves, or are you going to investigate any of the leads that Cynic gave you?
It'd probably be smart to talk to this halfling Norbert, if that's where the lead came from initially, right? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah.
I agree.
So I think that's the best course of action.
Yeah, agree.
All right.
I'm not very charismatic, so I will not be.
I'm not either, so I won't be talking either.
Me neither.
Oh no.
I will sullenly stand behind you all.
Oh no.
All right.
Everybody's just silently staring at the person while he's trying to figure out what you're doing there. That's funny.
No, we're already at Norbert's. We're there.
No, not yet. I'm about to describe in a second. I guess on that note, let me just drag your tokens on here. This is more theater than mine, but it'd be helpful for me to remember.
We were able to rest though, right? So we are at full like HP and everything.
Yeah, I'm about to put your tokens back to full HP.
Okay. I'm just marking it on my character sheet that I got pulled up right now.
Right.
As well. Yeah, baby, 255. Let's fucking go.
255 HP now.
Fuck yeah.
That would be insane. I'm like a dragon in D&D.
Like two Tarrasques combined together.
Yeah, you're basically two Tarrasques with 200 HP. In Shadowdark terms. Pretty crazy. Alright.
Well, I think it's a little bit loud. 1 second.
Yeah, can you...
Is that good?
Perfect. Yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you guys head out of Fort Gol'Kosh as the morning sun greets you all. As you make your way to outer Braemspire, your natural hunter instincts kind of recognize the distinct lack of small wildlife in the area, like rodents, small birds, rabbits, etc., all that sort of stuff. But it's an increasing amount of this silence as you can tell it goes further into the forest. On the outer edges, closer to the city, it seems like there's some sparse amounts of it and everything, but for some reason it's just very strange to see the distinct lack of critters or like a natural ecosystem as it goes further into the forest. As you're making your way, I'm going to need everybody to make me a dexterity check.
Alright.
Dex check, you say. What is that for me? +1.
I do terrible, whatever it is. 7.
I even have decent dexterity.
I got an 11. Let's go. It's above average.
Oh, hold on. Class. Is it anything connected to climbing, swimming, and avoiding escaping natural terrain hazards?
I guess you could somewhat count it as a natural terrain hazard. So the DC was 9, but essentially to describe, I guess I'll get.
Then I get advantage.
Yeah, roll again. I'll say it's natural because
I fucked up.
Yeah. So that was a 4 with the second one. Yeah. So those of you who failed, Bert and sorry, I forgot your character's name. Henry Carpenter. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Henry and who else failed? Henry and Finnan. You both take 1 damage as, like I was describing the lack of wildlife. As you're walking, John Smith and Shanti are able to notice, but it's like, it starts off as annoying a little bit, but it eventually gets like genuinely irritating as you see there's just a mass amount of like snakes in the area for whatever reason. You don't know if it's like they're like mating season or something like that, but there's just mass amounts of them. Have you ever seen those like or like a video of like when snakes will just be like in the like breeding pits essentially, where it's just like
Oh yeah,
thousands
like
of them crawling all over each other, that sort of thing.
kind of like a rat king.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Wow,
There's
that's
multiple pockets
icky.
of those. Like it's like near fall type of season, so there's leaves falling covering some of them, and there's just some of them are like just buried into the foliage. But as you're walking, you see some of them leap out and like bite at you and stuff. And these are like they're not like king cobras or like some of your more killer snakes that are well known. These are like garden snakes, that sort of thing, and small little non-venomous snakes that usually wouldn't be aggressive any other time. But for some reason, there's just like the entire time you're walking, you're running into like various snakes that are just like, you know, slithering at you and trying to bite you and stuff, just acting like very unnaturally aggressive. But it is a little bit fitting considering that the place you guys are about to walk into is one of the names that's known for is the Viper's Nest, which is Braemspire is a city of guild masters, greedy guild masters and merchants and stuff. But as you guys walk into outer Braemspire, you see it kind of earns one of its other names, which is the world within worlds. You see a whole bunch of hastily put together buildings that are like have been stopped mid renovation to have other things built on top of them. So there's like layers to the city where there's like bridges connecting various levels of like houses and buildings connecting to each other and stuff. You guys see a very well dressed guard walks up to you guys, and he says, "This section of Outer Braemspire has been claimed by the Gilded Chains. If you have any buildings or provinces within this area, they are now under new jurisdiction and will require you to pay the said fee."
We own nothing here. We're simply looking for a halfling.
He kind of just nods and tells you guys to carry on then. But you see there's various other like townsfolk that are being told this by the guards and everything, and they're like, I paid my fee just a 10-day ago, and then they're like, but that was to the previous guild master. It's under new management now, so you have to pay again. That sort of thing.
Those aren't officials, they're bandits.
Yeah, I mean that's Braemspire has that reputation. Essentially, long story short, I don't want to
like robber barons, basically, right?
Yeah, I don't want to give you guys a full 30-minute lore exposition, but essentially, the Black Earth Consortium are run by their government or a whole bunch of guild masters. So imagine if it's just like ultra corporation, that sort of thing. That's essentially what this city is run by. So
guild politics, I get it.
Each guild master has their own like mercenary company that works for them and stuff. So it is essentially like hired thugs, but they're very well dressed hired thugs, and there's like a whole bunch of them walking around and stuff.
Yeah, free city basically.
Yeah, so that's why it's called the World Within Worlds, because streets can change ownership overnight. So it's like, whatever demands that the new guild master that bought the street has, you have to abide by it, which kind of explains why so many buildings here have been started, but then stopped halfway to start again from a new person wanting to construct something. But,
That's incredibly inefficient. Don't you think, Mr. Smith?
We're not here to worry about the politics of this city. We're gonna find our man, get the information, and go hunt down this lizard.
All right, lizard hunt it is.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid the city officials as much as possible.
The last thing we need to do is start some sort of conflict between this city and the Beast Boys. That's the best way to get kicked out, if you ask me.
Good point there.
All
right, let's continue then.
You guys...
We are looking for the halfling. I forget his name already, even though you just said it like 20 minutes ago.
It's Norbert.
Norbert.
Yep.
Norbert
Bigsby.
I got it right.
Pretty funny for a small guy.
That's true.
Give me 1 second. So you guys walk up to you eventually have to I imagine you might ask for directions at one point from one of the many guards that are walking around, and they direct you to Norbert's residence. Um, it's a very nicely made building. There's like sections of it still is just like every other section of Outer Braemspire where it's like kind of like scrap put together, but it's very well placed. There's like brass plating on the outside and like various different types of metal or steel that have been reinforced the outside of it. But on the front is this like gilded door with a logo on it. There is a sword that has like a crown that's like on the tip of it, hanging on like the tip of the blade and everything. And you knock on the door, and it opens, and you all see a giant skull with like two big ass like rubies set in like the empty eye sockets and stuff, and it's like open mouth skull that like is like on the wall looking at you guys. You hear a voice speak in the darkness as it says, "You may come in."
Is this a humanoid skull, or what kind of skull is this?
It looks giant sized almost. It looks giant sized, but it has like these like really weird engravings carved onto like the forehead part of it.
Is it a language? Is it writing, or is it just like patterns?
Does anyone understand diabolic?
I do.
No.
Benendez, no, diabolic. Very cool skull there. Are you the master of this home?
Indeed. Are you going to just stand there, standing at the door, waiting for someone to come in and rob me? Are you going to come into my residence?
As a surgeon, will Shanti be able to recognize the kind of skull and from the bone structure?
Oh yeah, for sure. Then I will just let you know it's a giant. But for those who can, for Finnan who can understand diabolic, you see this is it's less a word and more so a symbol that shows an individual that is claimed by a infernal entity. Essentially, it's like somebody's soul was whoever's skull this was like claimed by an infernal entity.
Good thing giants don't have souls.
But yeah, you guys walk in and
Is that true? I'm like, as he says, is that true? What?
In either case, this one doesn't.
Shanti says to the skull, "You have remarkable bone structure, and I love your glowing eyes."
Being that it is an inanimate skull, it does not answer back to you. But as you guys walk in, you get a deep like sniff of just this like a heavy herbal smell of like smoking herbs, and you guys see sitting in a chair. Hold up 1 second. You guys see sitting next to a fireplace, smoking on just some smoking herbs from a pipe, is a well-dressed but modest for a nobleman, but well-dressed halfling who's sitting in his chair. He has like not two, but he has like mutton chops that go down black. He has a black hair, like short black hair, and mutton chops that go down like the side of his face and everything. And yeah, he'll get up and go to give all of you a handshake. Norbert Bixby, charmed.
Hello.
By whom?
Excuse me?
Who said charmed?
Ah, yes, we have a clever one here.
Out of RP, not really.
Now, you all have the look of a bit different from the usual lot that I deal with. I imagine that you're maybe connected to a certain group of beast hunters.
Correct, you are. We are all members of the Beast Boys
Title drop.
and are currently participating in the Wild Hunt.
You sound awfully unamused.
It's I was invited to the hunt and I didn't want to say no.
Makes sense. From what I understand of the Beast Boys, I've contracted with you all in the past on various ventures. The Wild Hunt seems to be a bit of a big deal in your group, so it must be an honor for you to be chosen for such a thing.
It most certainly is. That much I can agree on. But all the politics and theatrics around it I could care less about.
There's a look of respect that you see goes across his face. Um, and before he continues, I will say one thing you guys do notice, now that your eyes have adjusted to the light a little bit more, and especially after he gave you a handshake, you notice something very weird. His hands appear like backwards, like the palm is facing upwards, where like the knuckle side of it is like facing downwards where the palm should be.
Ooh.
Well, hold on. His hands are backwards?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he looks at you, John Smith, in particular, having gained some respect for you off of that statement. And he's like, I too tire of politics after a little while. It's fun for a game for a little bit, but on that note, walk with me.
All right.
He walks you guys through various parts of his abode, and you see that he has like various occult artifacts and everything. You see like various tomes that have like titles like of like demonomicons, that sort of thing, or like stories about undead, that sort of thing, or like details of elven gods, that sort of stuff. He basically seems like he's a not investigator, but he seems like he's a collector of the occult. Like that's the thing that he's interested in. But as he's walking you guys around, he just has his hands behind his back as he's like, speaking of politics, do you all know the original nickname of the Black Earth Consortium?
No, do tell.
It's ancient history, so I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised that you don't know. Well, the modern day nickname that people give Black Earth is the Land of Golden Blood. This, however, is a mispronunciation of its original title. Originally, this place was to be known as the Land of Gold and Blood. But these fools, the guild masters arguing with each other, they've let the money go to their heads. This place was supposed to be founded upon the principle that while everyone else in this world bickers with each other over their feeble territories and their own ideals, we play both sides and live like true kings. But these people have gotten soft, they've gotten petty. That's why I like dealing with you all. I like dealing with the Beast Boys. You all are very straightforward. And I guess I'm guilty of not being straightforward myself. I rarely get company that I actually enjoy talking to. Well, I contracted you all because I've recently been in talks with a church of Saint Tyragnis. They're connected to the Syndralis theocracy, and usually their whole MO is collecting dangerous occult artifacts to send back to their main churches in the Syndralis theocracy, but faith can be persuaded with enough gold, so I had contracted them to hand over an egg. Have you all heard of a naga?
Can't say I have.
I have not.
Is that some kind of snake? That's the highest I've heard of it.
Calling it some sort of snake. I wouldn't say that in front of them. You might get yourself killed, but it is a very much an underestimation of what they are. Nagas are ancient, immortal, magical serpentine creatures with the face of a man. They're very entrenched into the magics of this world. They have an innate sense for the ley lines and things of the such, but a priest of the Church of Saint Tyragnis within outer Braemspire had agreed to send the egg over my way, but you see a look of like worry goes over his face as he takes another puff of his smoking pipe. His messages became increasingly odd, to say the least. He mentioned things about travelers coming into his church and asking questions that, while at first he considered nonsense, they started making him question his faith. He seemed like he was going insane, but next thing I know, the ranger caravan that was escorting the egg disappears without a trace. I send others to go look for them, and they disappear too. Apparently, one of them survived and came back, but I haven't had much luck talking to him. He is not exactly sound of mind. Something happened to that caravan with that egg, and I suspect foul play. Most likely, I suspect of the occult.
I thought we were coming to hunt a beast. I just chased down cultists. God damn it.
Well, they said lizard, didn't they?
Well,
And if it's a man-faced lizard, it does not change much to me.
I will fight anything in the name of Ord.
I guess you were right about that much.
It's got scales. It's probably got a tail.
It's got a bit more than just a tail. As I said, they are deeply magical creatures. You would be wary to take one on in open combat. Although you are Beast Boys, that is your whole MO, so however you decide to do it is of no concern to me. However, I do want that egg.
There is one concern I have. Does it have any weaknesses? I like to be prepared for what I do.
Nagas are deeply powerful creatures, but with power, as I said, of this land of golden blood that it has now become, power corrupts the mind, it dulls the senses, it makes you less sharp. So I would say that if you're able to, I imagine if it is a Naga that is leading this whole operation that was responsible for stealing the egg in the first place, there will be plenty of statues and things to pay homage to its divine form, as they call themselves. So you could play on
vain.
Yes, you could play on their arrogance a bit. They're smarter than both you and me, though, so I would say that you would need a good plan.
Oh, it most definitely is smarter than me. But you know what they say. And he does not elaborate.
He's taking like puffs of his smoking pipe, waiting for you to finish, and says, "You Beast Boys are odd ones indeed." But he will give you guys a little bit more information. He theorizes that if it's a Naga that's behind the whole deal, as there aren't a lot of things out there that are gonna steal a Naga egg for no reason. So he imagines that it might be another Naga, and if that's the case, if the entire caravan disappeared, like all the people and stuff, he has a strong suspicion that there might be a cult that serves it and stuff. So he theorizes that it may be creatures called Viperians. So you guys can make me a little history check or I'll probably say intelligence actually. So this is not I got a 5e brain.
Intelligence. All right.
All of us to do it? You want all of us to do it?
Yeah, you can. This is just to see how much you know
Let's
about him.
go.
Oh.
Got a +2 to my intelligence.
I got a -2. Let's go.
Yeah, it's not my strength either.
Well,
That's
no,
my
it's your
dump stat.
intelligence. All right, 16 on John Smith. Brains of the operation. What do we got?
Yeah, so that definitely is enough to. I guess I didn't really necessarily need a check. I just wanted to see if your characters might be aware. But I will give you guys a luck token as he seems very motivated to get this egg. He basically gives you guys a rundown of like Viperian tactics and stuff like that, how they operate, that sort of deal. So the luck token is just to simulate for when you guys get into, your whole deal that you'll have a little bit of a leg up on.
We all get a luck token?
Yeah.
Oh, all
That's why I
right.
said I kind of really didn't need to do the check. Now that I think about it, but fuck it, we ball. Yeah. Do you guys have any more questions for Norbert? He's happy to chat you guys up, but he mentions that I imagine that you're not the only ones after this.
What are those eggs good for, anyways?
Well, for one, it has a naga inside. I very much wanted to have a conversation with one at one point. However, I do value my life, so I haven't exactly been keen on finding an adult version of them.
Do you have any instructions over how to handle those eggs? Once we retrieve the egg, should we treat it in any special way?
They are quite durable, so you won't have to worry about dropping it on the ground and it shattering, but if you have any method of, you seem like you said you worship Ord. Casting divine magic over these eggs sometimes has a tendency to disrupt the process. It may stop it from hatching too quickly.
That is good to know. Thank you.
Say, you said you used to, or you wanted to talk to one of them. Is that still the case, or do you now value your life more? Or did you lose interest in talking to them?
Well, they aren't born at their full strength or their full size, so I imagine that another interesting detail with Nagas is because of their special magical nature. They're born with all the knowledge that they ever will. Barring things that they'll learn at later points in life, but they're born with full intelligence, so I should have the opportunity to have a very enlightening discussion with it. Probably while it's in restraints, but it'll only be the size of a regular snake. I think I can take that.
How would you restrain a naga, anyways?
Same way you would restrain a snake.
Yeah, that's exactly my point.
Listen, I didn't invite you all here to
Chinese finger trap.
Chinese finger trap for a snake. But no, yeah,
That's actually fucking great.
He says that I didn't invite you all here to ask you for advice on how I'll handle my endeavors.
Yes, I agree. Whatever you want to do with your snake is your business, but what can you help us find this? Anything else you can help us find this area?
Oh yes, that is a good point. I've been rambling a little bit. He says that he has a very strong suspicion, considering where the caravan got stopped and went missing, where it was like raided and stuff, that the cultist or the operation most likely was taken to an area called the Eglund jungle, and Eglund is Elven for first, and he just explains that it's like one of those like folklore type locations. Like every town will have like places like this place is haunted, that sort of deal. The people in Braemspire usually avoid Eglund jungle. One, because people that usually go there, most of the time they go missing. And two, it is a host to various ancient flora and fauna. So there's like dinosaurs and stuff and like, ancient deadly plants, that sort of deal. So that's why I was dubbed the Eglund jungle, because it seems to be like one of the more, a lot of people theorize that it was around back during the before the ruination.
All right.
Mr. Bixby, thank you for the relevant information to our current hunt. Hopefully, we'll be able to find it and find this Naga egg in a quick manner and bring it back to you. And all of us can, I guess, earn a fang or whatever the fuck it is.
I will say before you go that I'm aware of the reputation of Beast Boys sometimes shirking on deals. them being contracted to take certain rare beast artifacts and then going back on the deal afterwards. I'll have you know that I want that egg returned to me specifically, not your high fang. And I think you'll find I can be quite persistent when I don't get what I want.
Understandable.
I have one question for you, Mr. Bigsby. You contracted this out to our High Fang, correct?
Yes.
Well, then he's going to be the one to return it to you.
Cynic usually is a man of his word, so barring any extenuating circumstances, I'd say we have a deal then.
Thank you for your help.
Say, he points to you, Shanti, as he's like walking you guys back to the front and everything. He gestures to the giant skull with the diabolic runic carvings on the forehead, and he's like, I saw you eyeing that when you walked in. Were you curious?
I was, yes.
Yes, well,
Creature.
yeah, he noticed that Finnan and Shanti were like eyeing the skull and stuff like that, so he explains that this right here is the skull of a creature known as the Death Giant. It's a colloquial name for them, but it's not that far off. I've only ever gotten the skull of this one. It cost me quite the amount of coin to get one, but they're a species of giants that at some point became binded to a dark patron that claimed all of their souls. It's quite interesting. They're the only giants I've heard of that have a distinct fear of death, considering that they're aware that upon their death, their soul will go to whatever sort of dark deity that they binded their souls with. So they have it.
They gained no benefit from this? They just willingly gave over?
Well, they are quite powerful. I'm not sure who got the skull of this one, but I don't imagine they got it in a straight-up fight. Take everything that you know about giants and boost them up with the powers of dark magic. On top of that, even though they are soul-bound to their dark god, they have an ability to circumvent this. They can absorb the souls of the living at the time of them perishing and store them in a coalescence of all the souls that they have absorbed. So they have a tradition among them that when one of their own dies, one of their kin absorbs their soul so they can be with their people forever. It's quite interesting.
Indeed.
Is the skull, and she points to the skull itself, right? Is it magical? Does it do anything now?
I've been trying to decipher the runic carvings on the forehead, but it is quite ancient. I've had trouble with it myself, and I'm very experienced in the nature of the infernal.
So this is his front door, isn't it?
What, my front door?
No, the skull is on the front door, wasn't it?
No, it was like on the wall that like was facing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it's on the front door. I was just about to ask him if people wouldn't just steal the gems.
Yeah, he's not that. He says he's not that stupid.
Yeah. Thought it's on his front door, kind of like a decoration. That would have been stupid as hell. Yeah. All right.
He tells you guys that he'll give you like a piece of paper because he enjoys you guys' company of like, talking to him, that sort of deal. He does mention that you're not the first of the Beast Boys that have stopped by his place to ask him questions and everything. Some others came by last night, but he says he didn't like those individuals too much, especially the burly fellow.
Sounds like Edwin.
Yes, he was quite the brute, but he'll give you guys a slip of paper with like that. You would guess it's like the symbol of his guild that he's a part of. That was like on his front door, but it's on the piece of paper that he gives you guys. And he tells you this is basically like a free ticket to a place called the Black Cellars. And the Black Cellars are basically like kind of like the black market of this area. It's beneath Braemspire is like this labyrinth of like storage vaults and tunnels, but they have a lot of people there that can sell you poisons and potions, that sort of deal. So if you guys want to go down there to get a free potion, then you have like a free pass to do so. Essentially, you don't have to like pay. Is what I mean.
Free potions? Good.
Just one. I'm not that generous, but you guys have been good company, so I'd like to see you guys make it back alive.
You had me at free.
Such generosity.
You had me alive.
Why, thank you.
He smirks and says, "Do come back after you're done with your wild hunt. I'd be very interested to hear the tale of your deeds."
That'll cost extra.
Now who's the merchant? But yeah, he then escorts you guys out as he wants to get back to his very important task of smoking while he stares at the wall.
Gotta do what you gotta do. It's good life. All right, potion shop. Does anybody want anything else?
Well, it's not only potions they have, right?
Antidotes. I think we need a poison antidote. I'm thinking.
Yes, it's a good idea.
It's a black market, so they might have more than just poisons and potions. Let's see what they have.
Yeah.
Potion
Maybe
seller, I'm going to battle, and I need your strongest potion.
I need the strongest potion you have.
No. Oh, bad memories.
Let me see here.
So I'm gonna. Sounds of it, sounds like our team is heading to the Black Cellars to get these free, well, whatever potions we can get for free, and then maybe buy some. Fun times.
All right. Well,
It's always the Black Cellar and the Shadowdark. It's never the lovely fun room.
you can call it the lovely fun room if you want, but you may get some reactions.
Well, they might have a lovely fun room in the Black Cellars. With some ladies.
Yeah, so you guys eventually have to like ask for directions. Considering it's a black marketplace, it's not that easily accessible. A couple of the guards like look, like when you ask, they like look at each other with like a look on their face for a second, and they warily give you directions to. It looks like it's like one of those areas that like heads into a sewer, that sort of deal. But you see, it's a little bit more furnished. There's like torches on the outside and stuff. However, as you guys are getting closer to the Black Cellars, the entrance and everything, you see there's increasing amounts of like peasants or just like, townsfolk that are like curled up in a ball or just like, it's almost like looking at like, like a area of like heroin addicts, essentially.
Skid Row?
Yeah,
basically.
Skid Row, that sort of deal is like, you can see a lot of people are like drugged up or like, going through withdrawal, that sort of deal. They're like congregating around like the entrance to the Black Cellars and stuff.
You could just say Philadelphia. We get it.
Yeah, Philadelphia is is the whole thing.
Wow.
But yeah, a very noxious sort of like it's almost like chlorine, that sort of smell. It kind of stings your nostrils a little bit as the door's not even open yet. But yeah, you guys see a gilded door.
All right. I go ahead and knock on it. Very hard. Bum, bum, bum.
Before you even get to the second knock, like you do the first knock and like halfway as your hand is going to do the second knock, the slit on the door opens up like quick as hell as you see two like yellow eyes looking at you.
I shove the paper in front of his eyes.
You hear a low growl from this individual as you hear like 5 locks get like unlocked on the door and everything, and then eventually it opens and you see standing at the door is this hobgoblin that has like manacles around his wrist and his feet, and then he has like they're connected to like a collar that's on his neck and everything. But he opens it up and gestures you guys forwards. You guys,
I follow him.
yeah, in these, I guess, yeah, he would escort you guys by walking and everything, but he's just, silent and everything. You guys hear distant sounds of like water dripping, but also you can almost swear you hear like screaming deep within these like labyrinthine cellars and everything. Um, he escorts you to like, various turns and stuff like that, and you see more people that are even worse off than the ones you saw outside and stuff. There's a little bit of blood on the ground at the end of like there's like plenty of empty rooms you walk by. Some of them are locked, and you can hear some like faint sounds of like what sounds like a struggle inside of a couple of them. And a couple of them are just empty with like blood stained on the ground. But eventually you walk up to a 1 second, sorry. Eventually you walk up to you see a woman is like sitting in front of a cauldron in like a dimly lit room. There's like a small fireplace with like low fire hanging, that sort of thing. She's sitting in front of a cauldron and has like there's like various like fungi around the room and stuff like that, and vials full of different things and beakers and all that sort of stuff. She looks at you all. You can see that she's like maybe like half elf, that sort of deal. Like wrinkly skin, and she looks at you all and says, new customers, I presume."
Ah, yes. Hello, miss. And he like does a slight bow, trying to be as nice as he can to some old lady.
We might be new to you, but I think another customer sent us your way, and I'm going to present the slip we were given.
She sighs. She just seems like very bored, almost, a little bit like frustrated. But she looks at the symbol and is like, "Ah, yes, I presume Norbert. Heading off to an assassination, are we?"
Not quite. Hunting down some lost monster Eggy wants.
Her eyes kind of light up for a second. "So you don't need any poison to dispose of anyone, then?"
I'm just gonna gesture to the great axe and great sword in my back. No, I use my weapons to do that.
But we may need healing potions as well as restorative potions in the event we get afflicted by poisons or anything like that.
I have an idea, young lady.
She kind
This
of perks
might
up.
cost me my
saying, "Young
life."
lady."
I've seen a few wretches on the way here with, let's say, some ailment that comes from some recreational stuff. He doesn't know how to
Yes.
express himself way better than that.
It's those fools that have gotten themselves hooked on this new hot concoction that's been going around. They call it white resin.
Say, do you have anything that's way worse than this?
All the excitement that she had immediately goes away. "So you are here for a poison, then. I was hoping I would get a chance to brew a potion for once. That isn't..."
Well, the other ones want some potions probably, but I'm trying to figure out something with some vile monster. And I'm having an idea, and this just might work and keep us alive. Something that might make it sleep for a long time, for something very big.
I have a bit of. She says it's a concoction called the Dreamer's Brew. You see, it's like a pale purple, kind of like glowing liquid in like a beaker. She's selling it for 45 gold pieces, but it is a DC 15 con check upon it like entering the bloodstream or being ingested in any way. And if they fail, then they're under the effects of the sleep spell.
Anything else in that direction? That
Well, I guess it would be free,
ingested?
actually. Yeah, it would be free because you have the thing from Norbert. Yeah. For sleep.
Sleep or inebriation or anything that would make someone not fit for a fight.
I have a lockjaw potion. She just explains it. It basically puts the person under the effects of like hold person for 1d4 rounds.
I like the sleep one better, unless the DC is better, stronger on that one.
Well, that one just automatically. There's no DC for that one.
Ooh, what do you say, party?
I think we need to know the prices.
Well, it's you. Fortunately, you get a free one. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We get free ones. Yeah. Maybe it's just to, I heard these monsters are very vain and stuff, so we could probably lace some fine wine with it or anything like that and say, well, we come and we bring this tribute and yada, yada, yada.
Does this have any limitation with regard to the level of monster?
No, I was gonna say it in character, but no, out of game, no, it doesn't have any limit. However, a hold person, it wouldn't apply. Like for example, if you try to do it with a Naga or something that's like distinctly not human, it probably wouldn't work out. But anything humanoid, so essentially like Viperians, if you guys run into any of them, it would work on them.
I want something for a Naga. That's more what I'm interested in.
That would be more along the lines of the sleep one.
Alright, I'll take the sleep one then. I give her my piece of paper.
You have any protection amulets, maybe? Protection from evil?
I make potions down here, thank you very much. I'm not some paltry magician selling his knickknacks. Now, do you want a potion or not? I'd like to actually do something fun for once instead of having to craft another brew that dissolves someone's organs from the inside. It's all so terribly boring.
I'm sure. What potion are you offering that we could take?
So that is actually up to you guys. So you guys will you can the potion will have one benefit and one curse.
Take a speed potion.
So this is you guys can roll it on the table and everything.
I just want a healing potion. Does that still have a curse on it?
No.
I just want to heal. I just want a healing potion.
Okay, so you get a healing potion. What is Shanti and Finnan getting?
Shanti would like a greater healing potion.
A greater healing potion. No, it's a regular healing potion.
There's only healing potions, sadly.
A healing potion will work. Whatever she can get. How about, since we have a healing, how about a restoration in case there's a restoration potion. If we get hit by a basilisk or some kind of poison.
Something that cures poison.
Poisons.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea actually. So yeah, you can get that a potion of essentially just cure poison. I don't know if that's like an actual thing, but it makes sense. So
I think it's a restoration potion. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You have a speed potion or a fly potion?
Yeah, you can get a. Do you want a potion with a fly spell in it?
Yeah. Do you have speed or do you have fly?
I would say that she has most varieties of things. Yeah, so you want to like a haste, that sort of thing, where it doubles your movement speed essentially.
And my attacks, maybe. If not, I'll do the fly.
I'll say it can give you I'll be a generous DM and stuff because I know what you're getting into. So I'll say it will double your movement speed with like a haste one. I'm trying to homebrew a potion off the top of my head. Doubles your movement speed for, let's say, like, what's the average duration for a potion? Like
1d4
rounds?
5 rounds or 3 rounds?
5 rounds. Yeah, so for 5 rounds, it doubles your movement speed and it'll give you a 1d4 seems like a lot. That is a +1 to attack and damage roll soon.
Yeah, okay. Great.
Bless you. Bless you. No sneezing during the session.
Sorry about that. Being these
I'm trying to D&D here.
Right.
these sewers are stuffy. I'm sorry.
Yes, this is not a station befitting of my work, but unfortunately gold speaks in this town, so I must. Now, are you all done, or can I get back to my work? I have 4 orders backlogged that I need to work on.
Yes, back to business.
Can we do anything to help you? Do you need any special ingredients while we're out? We're going to this whatever first forest place,
Eglund?
jungle.
The Eglund Forest?
Yeah, no, but he says it like this.
Oh, yeah. You're going to Eglund?
Something that or other.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
eggs.
Just collect whatever seems interesting. They have species of flora that I've never even heard of myself. I've only heard in rumors. I'll tell you what. There's a root called the Midnight Root. You'll see it from at least a mile away. It's a giant man-sized flower. They are a little bit poisonous if you get near them, but if you're able to get the seeds that are inside, they have chemical properties that I can only imagine.
Can you draw me a picture of it?
She kind of sighs, but like waddles over and scribbles down a sketch of it. But yeah, it does look like she like does like a comparison thing to the size of a person. They're around like 6 to 7 feet tall and have these like pale white, almost like silvery colored petals and everything. But in the center, there's like these spine sort of shaped buds and everything.
All right, I'll
And
keep my eyes peeled.
yeah, the flower shoots them at you if you get close, but if you can get past the spines in the center of like the bud and everything,
Oh,
those
I know
seeds,
what I'm gonna do.
yeah, seeds are
I
super
have a
valuable.
plan. All right. Well, I'll do my best, milady.
She
And
explains you'll be able to tell when you're near the area for it and everything because it starts to almost assimilate the nearby flora. So a lot of like the flowers nearby it will start to turn white slowly.
All right. That's interesting. Good. I'll do my best. Side quest acquired. Da-da-da-da.
Does anybody else have any requests of this herbalist?
Really? Which I don't.
All right. Well, with that, our prospective Beast Boys will be making their way into Eglin Forest for their first wild hunt. Hold up.
Hey.
Let me see here. I have to adjust some stuff on the map. Give me 1 second.
No worries. All right, so if we see this plant, oh, also, since I'm playing the new class, I'm gonna use my rope for whatever I can. I hope you guys brought some extra ropes because I get good bonuses to using. Well, in this case, it's ropes, but I could have chosen anything else. Because I'm
I
gonna
have
start
60 feet of
lassoing.
rope.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you for rope if I run out of rope.
As
I don't
any
have
good,
any rope.
as every good adventurer should have, is at least 60 feet of rope.
Yeah.
To hang themselves with.
Whoa! I
Whoa.
mean, yeah, but
Worst case scenario.
Does Fennon have anything he wants to talk to the rest of the group about?
how many reasons are you up to?
He's feeling all right. But let me 1 second. I actually have to adjust the lighting on your tokens real quick. No, I just thought about it.
Also, how much would it be to buy the finest wine I can find?
Um,
Within reason.
I'm sure that Shadowdark probably has a table for this. Give me one
Yeah, I
second.
believe it does. Uh, should I just look it up real quick for you?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. You could also, if you find it faster than me, I'm just about to look up what the price of like food is in Shadowdark.
It should be in the core, and then it's in the if you roll it the city, and then it's with the taverns, I believe.
Um, let's see here. So the finest wine says 1d8 gold pieces. So the finest wine would just be 8 gold pieces then if we're talking about like the top shelf sort of stuff.
All right. I do not possess 8 gold pieces.
You could also buy something for a really nice one for 6 silver pieces. That's like
No, I want something real good. I want something that's fit for a Naga because I am expecting to meet a Naga.
hmm
So that's what I'm thinking of. Because the guy said, Norbert said, who would steal a Naga egg except for a Naga?
That he did.
I should have said who would steal a Naga egg. When he said that, I should have said a halfling. But yeah. Let's see.
There is a
One
guy trying to sell you guys something as you guys walk by. There you see a very a gentleman with a finely kept mustache and beard as he looks at you guys and is like, "Oh, I see you all are looking for wares. I have here a shield made of the hide of a bullet. It is more durable than any shield that you could possibly have."
Is that the case? Can I test that?
in the
There's
hide
no
of a bullet?
yeah,
How do you
belay.
hide a bullet?
Or I don't know if it's belay or bullet out of name,
It's
but yeah,
a boulet, but he's like
yeah.
We
he's
don't
just
respect the
yakking his
French around
pizzle.
here, all right?
No, he's just yakking his pizzle.
Yeah, he responds to John Smith saying, "Can we test it?" He's like, "Well, you can't damage the merchandise. If you don't
I
want
want
the
to.
shield, how about this? I have a couple of are you aware of Dragon Scale? I have a couple of Dragon Scale ponchos here.
Oh,
This
is
is-
that the case? Dragon scale.
Yes, woven from the most famous beasts in all the land.
Hmm.
Don't fall for it. We fell for this before.
Just as lightweight as Mythal, but more durable."
I'm gonna take a look at his wares. Am I able to tell if it's dragon scale or not?
Maybe an intelligence check. I'll say
All
with
right.
advantage because you're a beast boy.
With advantage.
You
Oh
are a beast
boy.
hunter, so that's like your whole thing.
All right. Where's the button to roll with advantage? I know it's here somewhere.
Probably
I
just type it in twice.
Yeah, I'll just roll it twice. Let's see.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't set up a sheet on the roll 20 for John Smith, so I
No,
don't know.
no, you're fine. You're fine. All right. I got a 5 in the first roll and a 12 on the second. So
You're just barely able to tell as he did really well hiding it. Like it looks authentic to anyone who would be a regular person or potentially a very unfortunate bard. Um, but you can tell at like the seams, there's like small, like you see like a lizard leg that he forgot to like take out and everything. So it seems like he wove together a whole bunch of lizard scales into a way that looks like dragon scale.
Hmm.
Selling it for 8 gold pieces. Although I do haggle, so you could potentially lower it if you want to get a steal of a century.
The only thing that's being stolen here is gold from idiots.
The other customers and look at him suspiciously.
Kind patrons of this shop, I'll let you know this right now. If he claims anything of a mythical, unique sort, I wouldn't listen to him.
You know, the other customers are starting to like turn to him. Like they ask you, like, how can you confirm this? And like, you point out the lizard leg, and they like a whole bunch of them start getting mad at him, and he's like, "All right, let's all calm down. Just 1 second," and he like takes off running.
Does he
But
leave the wares?
he does indeed leave the wares and where you're trying to like go through his stuff.
Well,
There's an angry mob chasing after him, so he's for sure not coming back.
what does he have?
He has the quote unquote bullet shields, but it's a whole bunch of like fake gear. So it's like troll armor, that sort of deal, or like oh this giant hunting knife is made from the tooth of a giant beast, but it's just like very like carved down marble, that sort of deal.
Did he leave any money?
Um, roll me, I'll say roll me 2d20. You find 21 gold pieces.
Damn.
Woo! Thank you.
Well, John Smith has destroyed a businessman's career in this town. Uh, yeah, you guys head out to Eglund Forest. Like I had said before, the lack of small wildlife is definitely concerning, as that usually is like a precursor to some sort of huge threat. However, you were told about Anaga, so it's like it's not too far off to guess as to the nature of what is the cause of like everything. But you guys eventually are like stopped up at this just like wall of like overgrowth of plants, and you eventually have to like make your way around to a very large cave that almost looks like a it almost looks like a skull or like the head of like some sort of like beast that's like just opened up, but like the cave entrance is like almost like a maw. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it, is that the cave looks like it's a giant beast mouth, that sort of thing. And as you guys walk in, you are enveloped by the darkness, and I will move you onto this map right here. Hopefully it's looks good on your end.
Looks great.
Now, is anyone lighting a torch as you guys are walking through these like winding caverns and everything? You notice various large footprints and mass amounts of footprints going through this area, so it seems like you're not the first person.
Hey, Jonathan.
Yeah.
There's a light in the bottom right corner we can see.
Oh yeah, I was about to describe that as you move further down.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know if
yeah.
that was like you were trying to hide or not. That's the
No,
reason
no,
I
no.
mentioned that. Okay.
Our tokens don't seem to be here though.
Scroll,
They're on the
like
top left corner of the
yeah, try to
map.
zoom out and go to the top left.
I
Gotcha.
can see him right now, so I don't know why no one else will be able to.
I see them now.
Right.
Cool.
Who? Because I have a greatsword. It's a two-handed weapon. So who can carry a torch for the group?
I do sword and board usually, so I don't think we do a torch and a shield, right?
No.
I think Cheryl, you can do the torch, right? You don't need
Let me
two hands.
see. I have a shield and a sword I use.
Oh, okay.
So I may not be able, yeah, as a priest to do it.
Seems like there's a source of light somewhere further off in the cavern as you get like
Hello?
yeah,
Hello, hello.
yeah,
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Oh,
I'm going
yeah, I'm just
to
lighted.
Okay, I'm going to cast light. How about that? I'll try at least to cast light, then I can put it on an item that we don't have to carry, so we don't have to carry a torch.
Yeah.
Cool. That works.
All right,
Yeah.
fine.
So I think, yeah, I was successful. I cast it on a piece of rock that I put, I just like tuck into my shirt pocket or something like that, or put it on my, on my leather armor, so we have light.
nice. Well, as the rock shines, you guys see the snaking caverns that you guys have been walking through. Um, you kind of also been like aided by being able to follow the footprints on the ground. Um, I guess I didn't realize the pun snaking, yeah. Uh, but yeah, as you guys are following the footprints, you guys hear the sound of rushing water. and as this like these tunnels open up to a wide, dark expanse, and you see a little bit of a small body of water at the end of this tunnel. And I'll wait to describe as you move further down.
Oh, I'm a witch. I can't get into water.
Will you float?
He melts.
Well, the witches are like, they're like wood and ducks, so he should be able to float.
Hope so. I want a melting kind of witch.
Well, you know what they say.
Now, fortunately, you're far enough.
Keep saying that. I swear to God.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying it.
All right, sorry. That was just really funny. I don't know why.
It's his catchphrase.
All right.
You guys remember when Henry Carpenter said it's carpeting time and he started carpeting all over the place? But no, yeah, on a serious note, as you guys walk to the edge of this this body of water inside this cavern, I would say you're able to see them first, considering they're occupied and they're pretty far away. But you notice a light source all the way at the other side of where this body of water ends. You see standing on the ground are, I guess you would only see one of them. You see one serpentine-looking individual. Now they're holding a torch, so that you can't really tell like distinct features, but you can tell it's like serpentine just because like it's almost like a king cobra. They have like that sort of like frill on the side of their neck and stuff, and that their head is like very angular. But they appear to be
Like
kneeling.
Cardassians.
Yeah, it basically is. He is like kneeling down on the ground, and you see there's like a bloody just heap of a body on the ground that he's like inspecting. As you see slithering behind him, kind of like, I would actually probably say it's coiled up and like sleeping right now, but you see a giant snake. Like this thing has to be at least like 12, 13 feet long. That's just coiled as it's I would actually probably say it's bigger than that, but it's easily man-sized and it's like coiled up, sleeping behind him as this what appears to be a Viperian is inspecting a dead body.
Oh, what the fuck are those things?
Get him for Bajor.
Now the water does seem pretty deep, so you would have to swim, but that's up to you guys how you want to use this. Like
I'll swim.
Is there a way to get to here through the rocky ledge here, or no?
That's like
or
a
even
wall.
here? Okay, it's a wall. Okay.
Now you could try to. I mean, this is up to how you guys want to do this, but I will say just as information, if you like cross around this threshold, I would say like once you cross this like patch of rocks, they will see you just because of the light and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now you'll be able to see them regardless of whether you have the light spell active or not, just because they're holding a torch. But there is an opportunity for sneaking, considering you see rushing in from this direction of the cave is like where you can imagine the water is rushing in from and stuff. So the sound of the rushing water is filling the cavern room, so to speak.
Does anyone have a grappling hook?
Yes, I do, and I don't need it.
What if we throw it over here and then use it as a way so that we don't have to rely on swimming so much, and we pull ourselves towards it, And then I will hide the light.
Don't worry about it. We don't have to throw it. It's loud and obnoxious.
Okay.
I'm just gonna swim over because
Okay.
I'm a very good swimmer, I assure you.
Yeah, and you can set the rope with the hook there, and then we can pull ourselves over, and I'll hide the light so we can potentially sneak up on them. What do y'all think?
Yeah, and I'm a good rope worker as well, even though my name says something else. So
Right, well,
I'll try to do basically some Navy SEAL type stuff and dive and sneak underwater, pretending to be a snake. If you want to catch a snake, you have to think like a snake. Be the snake.
I
I'm gonna
think
be
what
Orberus and eat my tail.
So I'm basically diving and swimming.
one second. I think this is where I want to start doing. I want to initiate crawling rounds, so to speak,
Mhm.
just to determine what everybody's doing on their turn. So it's like we're not rolling initiative for a fight yet, but we'll do like a pseudo initiative type of deal.
Yeah.
Does it look like they're doing magic or a ritual, or are they just like carving it up? Or are they
No,
peeing on
they seem like they're giving you the vibe of like sentries or like guards that are inspecting. I'll actually probably say that you get a like a decent view as you kind of like step on the edge of the water. It looks like there's bodies of Viperians on the ground and also of like humans. You recognize maybe like one or two of them as like Beast Boys from your camp, but it seems like there was a fight at
it?
some point
Oh,
in like the recent time, so they're trying to investigate essentially.
And they're already on edge.
they're trying to dig a body out of the belly of this snake.
Trying to stop the snake from eating the evidence and everything. Hold up one second.
Interesting, interesting.
All right, go ahead and roll me a D6. It's not going to be as important unless the villain starts suspecting stuff. So roll me a D6 for your initiative.
Nice. Perfect.
Nice. So you guys go
Good
first.
roll, good roll, good roll. Let's go. Well, Henry, we'll leave this to you if you say you can swim out there.
I'll get you everywhere you want to be. And yeah, I start swimming.
He's like
And
Thomas.
I start swimming and diving and sneaking all at the same time. What do you want me to roll?
Just a standard little stealth check, homie.
And no swim check? You said swimming.
It's not rushing rapids, that sort of deal. It's,
All
mostly
right.
still water, so it's not that hard. The main difficulty is just swimming quietly enough to not alert them.
All right. I get advantage to swimming tasks. So do I get
Nice.
advantage to do the stealth in the water?
Well, I don't want you to succeed, so no, you actually have disadvantage. But yeah, no, I'm joking. You have advantage for your stuff.
I was say, based on the
Okay.
description of the waterfall with all the noise, you probably should have got advantage regardless of that.
I was mostly just making the
So-
DC lower.
Oh, okay. Gotcha,
So
gotcha, gotcha.
plus- That's dexterity. All right, and there we go. That's 13.
Yeah, for
oh yeah,
sure.
I get advantage. Sorry, 18.
Let's go.
You are a silent fish in the water.
Snake.
Silent snake in
Snake.
the water.
I'm a solid snake.
Well, right now you're a liquid snake.
True, true. Yes, and I tied a rope to one of the rocks and try to help them over the water as well.
All right. Well, you've hold on one second.
With the rope.
Yeah, you've tied a nice little. What I'm at. This is like a. What is it called when people walk on like a rope? That sort of deal.
Tightrope.
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 Yeah, you've made like a tightrope sort of deal. So it stretches taut and holds on both sides.
Are we gonna put out Shanty's rock so we don't get seen? Correct? Was that the next part of the plan too?
Yeah, she's gonna hide it in like she's gonna wrap it up in some cloth or something, so the light not going to cast. Yeah, she's gonna hide it.
Yeah, so it's still active, but you're just covering it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, I'm scared of the dark.
All right.
I'll head up next if you guys are ready. I'll sneak over. You want us to all do stealth checks, right?
Yeah, make me a dexterity check. This is doubling as a stealth check and also you not falling off of the rope.
+1, 17.
17, yep, you succeed. Your elven agility allows you to
I walk on the water. 'Cause
yeah, I was about to say you can kind of just walk on top of the rope with no issues. Your elven grace.
He's
Alright.
walking on water.
I'll go next. Dex check.
Nice. You guys are doing it.
It's all downhill from here.
18.
Knowing that I'm wearing, because this is like a foot over the water, right?
Yeah, I'd probably say the rock. This is one of the smaller ones, so I'd say yeah, it protrudes above the surface of the water, maybe like foot and a half.
Okay, knowing that I'm wearing chainmail and I don't want to fall into the water, I'm instead just going to like lower myself slowly in the water and like just kind of like use the rope to guide myself across
Hmm.
instead of like walking across as a tightrope.
Now it is deep enough that you do have to swim if you get in the water.
Can I motion for him to just take off the rope on one side and just hold on to it?
Oh yeah, they could pull you. That is true.
I am gonna pull you.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah, I can. I'll untie the rope on this side, and if he wants to pull me across, he can.
I'm
Like,
gonna pull you. And since that is a check with my rope, I get a +3 on that.
Yep, go
What do you want me
ahead.
to roll?
Say probably this is strength.
All right.
If you get a nat 20, you can throw John Smith into the Viperians across the room.
I don't know if we want to do that one.
That's 1d20 +6, so that's a 23.
All right,
Nice.
I'll with the rope in hand, I'll get pulled over and join the rest of them on this rock in the middle of the room.
Would you like to throw John Smith to the Viperians?
Uh,
I'm joking around. That's not that's not a serious question.
No.
All right. Well,
if
yeah,
I could kill a Viperian with it, I would do it.
just cannonball one of the players.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just the Viperian's turn. I think just the giant snake is gonna rustle a little bit and it's asleep. It's gonna get closer to the torch, and the Viperian is gonna just start inspecting the surrounding ground. But you do see a second one walks out, and I'm sure that none of you speak reptilian unless you surprise me.
Reptilian is a language?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, so there's like various like it almost sounds like it sounds like gibberish, like speaking in tongues, but there's like occasional like hissing, that sort of deal, like these very like guttural like throat sounds and everything as they're speaking to each other. But you can see one of them is like the one that is like was like checking the ground and everything has like wounds all over his body and stuff. It figures he was like in a battle at some point recently, and he's being like essentially bullied by the other one as he's like you can get the body language from it. He's like, "Did you find anything yet?" And then the other one's like talking to him and is like, "No." So he's like, they're kind of like hostile with each other, but they're just arguing, and that's all they're doing for their turn. Roll me another d6, my friends.
I used up all my luck, so somebody else please roll.
I got this.
Go ahead, yeah.
Got a 5 again.
You jinxed it.
2. All right, you go first.
More of the same thing. They kind of
That's
argue
good.
a little bit more, and the other Viperian, the bigger looking one that's not wounded, kind of walks off and leans up against the wall. You guys can't really see where he goes, but it looks like he just goes to lounge. And the other Viperian looks a little bit more determined and stuff. I will say it is kind of like you get that like uncanny valley sort of feeling looking at these individuals as yes, they're like snake people, but it's very inhuman the way they act. Like even to an elf who's like, elves are usually like very detached, that sort of deal. And same thing with dwarves being different. It is like very disturbing to watch how they walk around and move. It's just that there's a distinct lack of emotion. It's like how lizards act essentially. So yeah, he looks a little bit more motivated as he starts like brushing through the ground. So he's getting closer to the water source as he's like just looking at the footsteps and examining everything, all the bodies in the ground. But it is
Alright.
you guys' turn.
So one of them is leaning. Which direction is he looking?
I'd say he's inspecting the shoreline right here.
And it's still a watery river all the whole way, right?
Yeah, this is like I don't know whether to call this a river or a lake, but it's a body of water, and he really won't be able to see anything until you get within his like light range, essentially, unless you can like want to distract him somehow.
I think I'm gonna attack from range over here. So I'm in the darkness and he's in the light. So can I get advantage on that?
Yeah,
I can throw far. I don't have to be near. But I'll ask the other
Before you
group.
do
I'll
that,
whisper to the other group and say, "Hey, I'm gonna lob my j javelin, and then you guys move in and clean up."
I was thinking of just drowning this motherfucker.
I'm gonna hold my
Oh,
position.
are you
I
now?
could I
More
could
than welcome
probably
for it if you can pull it off.
Are
I
they
can probably
aquatic
pull him.
snakes?
They're Viperians. And aquatic snakes don't have gills. They're snakes,
But
not
still,
fishes.
hold their breath for a long time.
Well, and I can hold them for a long time. And he flexes his muscles.
All right, so you want to sneak up and grab him, pull him down? And
I'm
I
gonna
wonder if
lasso his ass.
I wonder if the rest of us should get just a little closer because the water might pose difficulty later on. So if we can move to maybe here without them seeing us, what do y'all think?
yeah, I mean, I have range stuff, so I can
Yeah,
be here in range and then move in.
yeah.
yeah, your movement is halved, so to speak, while you're like swimming, that sort of deal.
So if we can, the rest of us can just perch on this rock here, then that will save us any kind of while Finnan attacks. We move forward first, and then Finnan attacks, then we can pounce. So if John Smith won't mind, I think I got the wrong person. Henry Carpenter won't mind setting us up again by bringing the rope over there so we can move that direction. That'll be great.
Alright, I'll try again. Do I have to roll stealth a second time, or does this stealth check just persist for now?
Just for time's sake, you have about like an hour left. Yeah, so you can just roll with the original one,
Alright,
the original stealth.
I'll
'Cause
do the same thing then.
I would also say because he's intently like looking at like all the ground essentially. So while he is at the shoreline, it's the sort of deal where it's like, sometimes you might miss like a bug out of the corner of your eye. So it's like it wouldn't really be noteworthy to him.
Alright. And there's your rope, boys and girls.
Right?
Thank you, friend.
We move the little rope on there. There we go.
Oof, my dex is not good.
You just roll with your stealth checks like before.
Oh yeah, I rolled a 5. Are we rolling with advantage since we have the rope?
We're not re-rolling.
Yeah, that's what I meant to
Instead, we
say. So
just-
you don't have to. You can just use the result that you got with your stealth check before.
We just
Okay.
keep
Perfect.
the old checks.
For time's sake,
That's
I think you
nice,
guys have
that's
done
nice.
enough to. You guys have
Yeah.
a solid plan, so I think you do get the drop on them with your approach. Especially, it's like even if he would notice you, there's about to be a javelin hurling at his face in a very short time, so that's going to take precedent over some like shapes moving in the corner.
All right. We all move across the rope and get ready to jump these motherfuckers.
Alright. Good, you've got your javelin ready.
Ready.
Alright. I'll try and lasso the Viperian.
Okay. I'd say just roll me a. I think this would be contested dexterity.
Contested dexterity? Alright. Sure.
Because you're trying to lasso him and then he has to like dodge out of the way. You have advantage though, considering that. Well, I think your class already has advantage with rope stuff.
No, it's not the class, it's just that I have bonus to ropes in this case. It's
Oh, I see,
trusty
I see.
gear.
Yeah.
I can choose one type of gear.
So
The
weapon.
dominatrix class.
I'm gonna start.
A little bit.
It could also
funny.
be potions or
You're-
whatever.
You're under arrest, Mr. Viperian.
Does it count as an attack? No, right? Alright. That's 2 and 5. Okay.
Oh, that's something. Is that too loud for you guys?
No.
You said advantage, right?
Yeah, you have
So
advantage.
23.
23 is he's gonna have a hard time beating that because he literally needs to roll a nat 20.
Yeah, all right, cool.
15.
Gonna do basically the xenomorph thing, like he's just gonna vanish.
That will be like, okay, so that's a same way I did with John Smith. That's a strength check to pull him in, but you have him grappled essentially. Like he doesn't have use of his arms, that sort of thing.
All right. Well, then it's this. Oh, shit.
Strength check, not one. Yeah, so he is like bound in place, but he lets out like these like angry like reptilian sounds as he's bound by your rope. And I think is this where Finn is throwing his javelin?
Yes, please. Still in the darkness, or no?
Oh, you have advantage, yeah.
Yeah, he can't move.
It's +1 to that, yeah. So 17.
17 hits, yeah.
2 points of javelin damage.
Nice. It lands into his shoulder.
Alright,
No,
then as
I'll don my
they're
shield
doing that, I'm gonna come running out. And go run on top of him with my greatsword in hand. Ugh! Let's see. I get a +7. A 19!
19 hits. I'm pretty sure you're probably going to obliterate him, but go ahead.
Then we're gonna go with D12 +3 for 8 damage.
Nice. 8 damage. You deal a heavy blow to this to the snake person.
Bringing my sword straight across his chest. Alright, so we still got to go this Shanti, right?
Yes, Shanti will move over here. Oops, sorry, wrong person. Over here. And she will try to shoot this Viperian with her crossbow.
All right.
And I don't think an 11 hits, does it?
Oh, wait, you have advantage because he's grappled.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Okay, one more time. For 2 damage.
19 hits, yeah. He is literally on death's door as this crossbow bolt lands into him.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't roll my attack roll with advantage. I'm just gonna roll D20 see if I get a natural or not.
No, it's fine. You don't need to.
Don't need to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just forgot he was. I got a 6. Okay, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, that is our brave crawlers. I think that is going to be the start of a new round, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So you guys got your surprise round, so to speak. Roll me a d6. I got a 4.
Well, I could do it. I could lose to
Do
that.
it.
Mutual.
All right.
Tie.
Let's go at the same time.
Gonna have to re-roll. No, that would be chaos.
This is chaos. Uh-oh. Look at you, Jonathan. You're rolling
we're getting some chaos now. I got rolled a 6 for that initially. You can beat that. It's all good.
I can. 1 in 6 chance, but not this time.
All right. I think I'm gonna have this Viperian. Maybe another contested dexterity check. Henry,
Sure.
he's gonna use his action to try to wriggle out of the ropes.
He is a wriggly snake, after all.
Yeah. He gets an 8, so you just have to beat an 8. 24.
24.
He's still
Holy
bound in
fuck.
place. The other Viperian is gonna come out. He's gonna run around and make some attacks towards you, John Smith. Make two attacks with the scimitar. The 19 hits for 3 damage as he like slashes you across the chest,
Okay.
and he's gonna take cover behind. Now I think he's just gonna back up a little bit, and he hisses at this coiled up snake, and it unfurls and stands up for the first time. And it's just that scene of like, like when you would see in like any show when something like really big is like standing up fully and everybody has to look up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that scene as the snake fully extends out to his full height, and he's gonna bear down to try to attack our good old fighter, John Smith. So I'm gonna do his constrict attack first. That's gonna be a contested strength check.
Tested strength check. I have advantage on those.
It only gets a 6. I'm not rolling good.
Alright.
John
I got
Smith.
17 plus 3, so 20 not natural.
20, yeah, you're able to. It tries to coil its massive form around you, but you're able to wriggle out of its grasp. He's now going to make 2 attacks towards you. 2 bite attacks, I mean. Alright, so he only deals 1 damage to you as he just nicks you with his giant fangs, but he rolls a nat 1 for the second attack roll, so you get a free attack on him.
Oh, let's go. Alright. So I will get a 11.
11 misses just barely.
Oof.
You slash into it, but it's just this coiling mass of muscle, so it just doesn't do anything as it didn't cut deep enough. That will be the villain's turn. Now it is our brave crawlers.
I'm going to do an illusion spell, so go ahead and you guys do your thing.
All right.
I'm going to attempt to blind the large snake. It's a spell. Okay. Yep, there it is. It's a focus spell, so right now the creature cannot see.
Yeah, it's thrashing right now, kind of bashing its head against the walls and everything. For reference, it is taking up the full walkway, so it's like you would have to either crawl past it in order to get past it and everything. But yeah, it's like blocking up the walkway. But it is blind though, so good shit.
All right. John, your rope is on your backpack, right?
Sure, yeah. Totally.
All right. I'm gonna let go. I'm gonna get closer, grab John's rope, and try to lasso the big snake, and try to basically rodeo wrangle it.
Okay, so
I want to ride it.
There's only one scenario here where you can ride it, and that's if you somehow get the rope into its mouth and then are able to, stop it from thrashing you off. Because otherwise, if you try to wrap around its body, it's a snake, so it'll just, it's...
Yeah.
There's no central... Okay, I'm going to ask for... So this is going to be a dex check with... I'm saying it's a regular dex check, because it is blind right now. Ordinarily, I would say with disadvantage, but this is just a regular dex check.
All right.
I will roll...
It's slippery.
Yeah, you try to wrap the rope around its mouth and everything, but it's just thrashing because it's blind. It doesn't know what's going on, so it's angry and stuff, and you're not able to get the rope around.
All right.
Okay.
We're not through yet, you elusive snake. I'll get you.
What is this guy doing back here?
He has basically taken cover behind the giant snake and his bound Viperian ally. It looks like he's just surveying, essentially.
Oh, because this one's the bound one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so my illusion won't work on blinded, so I'm going to come up to this guy, and is he bound? Do I get advantage of attack or anything, or is it just straight attack?
Yeah, you have advantage.
Okay, so I'll just swing with my sword. My bastard sword. Does it I think I can have a +3?
15 hits.
+2.
You described to me how you kill this Viperian.
Oh, kill stealer. I love it.
Don't worry. It's probably better that you did that so I can swing at the giant snake.
I with one hand, shield in the other hand, I swing down. I just take the point of the sword and just stab straight down into its neck.
Yeah,
I
and
move and attack, and then I will bravely stand there with the shield.
you stab this Viperian through the neck, and he falls to the ground. It is disturbing, though. Like I said before about that, like uncanny valley sort of movement. Any other creature, when they're stabbed through the neck, is like panicking. Even like like a pig or something like that. It's you stab it through the neck, and he's just calm the entire time and just calmly dies. Like these things have no emotion in any scenario.
And I say, for Bajor! Damn, Cardassians. Am I the only one old enough to know this reference? Cheryl, come on.
No, I don't.
What's Bajor? You need to explain this real quick.
Oh my god, this is Star Trek, Next Generation.
I was just about to say, Cardassians are Star Trek.
Oh
Making
yeah,
a Kardashian joke.
I did
Sorry.
watch Star Trek, and I know what Bajor is, but I don't know that particular term. Yeah,
I didn't watch New Generation though. I'm not that old.
I'm not a complete nerd, and I don't watch Star Trek. All right.
Deep Space Nine, no? Anyone?
I like Deep Space Nine.
I did watch Deep Space Nine. Yeah, had a crush on Dax.
Yeah.
I like the Ferengis.
That's funny.
They're my favorite.
All right, I think that.
All right. So John Smith's not going yet. Seeing Henry trying to lasso this giant snake, I'm gonna kind of grab by the shoulder. Are you being a fucking idiot? I'm gonna pull him back behind me. I'm gonna swing my sword around and try to bring it down top of this thing.
I think it's a new round, right? Because everybody went.
I haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Everyone else went.
Sorry, do your thing.
Yeah. So I'm just swinging at the giant snake with my sword. That's gonna be 17 to hit this time.
17 hits.
All right.
With advantage, so roll to see if you get a nat 20.
Oh, it is blind. Yeah. Natural 20.
Oh shit! I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh.
Roll to roll damage.
Double a die or roll 2 times. What do you?
You just double the die. If it's like if it's
Okay.
1d10, do 2d10.
Okay, gotcha. So I'll do 2d12 plus 3. 20 damage.
Oh my god!
Why? Nice.
Good lord. I'm gonna have the snake roll a morale check real quick before you guys do your thing next round.
Do I kill the giant snake? Is the giant snake dead?
It's almost dead. You described to me how you do this like really Herculean blow that almost kills it.
As this thing is like blinded and like, cause like you said, like it kind of like stood up and was trying to like show itself off to us, and
Yeah.
it's kind of going up, and I pull Henry back. I'm just gonna swing my sword around and bring it into like a thrusting motion and jab it into like try to aim like the center of its like body, and I'm just gonna drag it down as it's going upwards.
Nice.
Nice. It has to make a DC 15 Wisdom check to not run away. That's a 12, which makes sense. It almost died instantly. So you can see this thing is blind, but it's currently like writhing around trying to figure out where you are so it can move in the opposite direction.
Gotcha.
It doesn't know where you are.
True, it doesn't because it's blind.
Imagine like everything goes dark for a second and then you just get stabbed through the chest. That's just it's a horrifying thing. Go ahead and roll me a d6, guys.
Alright.
I already failed this.
I'll try again.
Alright.
There we go.
There's a 4, so you guys go first.
All right, I'm gonna finish my swing. I'm gonna try to kill this thing right now.
You don't want to take it as a pet and make it a hero.
What? No, I wanna kill the giant snake. Are you kidding me?
I want a fucking snake bike. Come on.
You want a snake bite?
You might not get a snake bite. You might get a snake bite if you let it.
There's probably other giant snakes. This can't be the only one.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's broken merchandise anyways.
Exactly.
We'll get its babies and train them.
I got a third. Oh, I got advantage. Another natural 20.
Another natural 20.
Oh
you
my
described
god,
it.
you roll.
Holy shit! I want to see how much damage I do.
I'm pretty sure you nat 20 against the Sahawan chieftain
I did
too.
41 damage. to the
Dude.
snake altogether.
2 hits.
I'm giving you the reins as to how the hell this epic ass.
So saying that
scene
my
is.
blade is still like currently like implanted in it, saying that we went right nextward, I'm just gonna like add it stuck in there. I'm just like gonna rotate the blade and just like bring it directly across and just like cut the thing in half.
Holy.
Yeah, the ground is just drenched with blood from this giant dead snake as its two halves separate from each other. It does the snake thing after you chop it in half where both halves still wriggle around. But they're just spraying blood everywhere. So I think you guys actually.
And then I'm just gonna step forward, like on top of it, and I'm just gonna point the bloody sword towards the other Viperian.
Yeah, John Smith, Henry, and Finnan are drenched in snake blood as this thing is writhing around on the ground. But what are you guys doing?
Thank the gods it's not snake oil. Alright, I run forward and try to plunge my my short sword into this Viperian bastard. Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do. 20 plus... yeah, 4. It's an 18. Does that hit?
18 for sure hits.
Alright. So it's D6. We don't add strength to damage, right? So...
No, I think only fighters do that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, with the weapon mastery, you gotta add your... well, it's not your strength, but it's like half your level.
Yeah.
It's a whole equation thing.
Is that
no
2
damage? Yeah, it's 2 damage.
2 damage. It's an agile, like it's a warrior, so yeah, you slash at it with the short sword, but it just nicks its like midsection.
Alright.
Shanti will use a crossbow for 3 damage if 14 hits.
Yep, that hits.
That's my turn.
What is our good old elven Knight of St. Idris doing?
I'm gonna save all my crazy demon powers and just do this nice bastard sword swing. I'm using it one-handed and only 1.
Yeah, he's just like, it's from him being like scared, or I guess not scared, he's a reptile, he doesn't have feelings, but he's recognizing the lethality of the situation, so he's trying to dodge the best he can, and he like dodges the worst of your sword swing.
Glancing blow.
All right. Is that everybody?
Yes.
All right. So the giant snake comes back to life. I'm joking. The Viperian is going to. I think he's gonna get the fuck out of here. It's what he's gonna do.
Can we see farther down this way?
Yeah, he starts running into the cavern. So I think this initiates a skill challenge, essentially. So I'm gonna need, how many of you is it?
4 of us.
2, 3, 4. So best 3 out of 4. As long as at least 3 of you get 3 successes. So we're still gonna do it in rounds essentially, but this is gonna simulate you guys like chasing it down. So you tell me what stat you're using, and like, you know, you can't use the same one back to back, but it's like we just get this scene of like this Viperian trying to like dash through these like snaking caverns, snake no pun intended, leaping over rocks. Just go down the line, like what skill check are you making and how are you using that to try to catch up to this snake person?
Well, I'm of course using charisma to study what the rocks want in life and then persuading them to give me what they want.
Charisma could work, like, you know, you're trying to like motivate your teammates and everything, as it is a very like tiring run and stuff. That, or you could just be motivating yourself, like trying to like, you know, will yourself to push past fatigue and all that. I'll just call this a DC. It's a normal DC, so I'll say DC 12 for like, you know, all the checks and stuff.
I think I'm gonna use my wisdom to spot best path to take or something. because I have a -3 to my charisma, so I'll not take that.
Yeah, so it's fully up to you on which skill you're using.
What did I
See
do?
it. Let's see it, Finna.
Ah,
That is one failure.
All right.
I guess I should say best 2 out of 3. I don't know if I said that properly, but it's best 2 out of 3 for like each person, that sort of thing. So like each person is making 3 rounds of checks. And then,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll try to lasso it. And what else would I do?
Yeah,
I'm the
dex
lasso
check.
man. Yeah. Also get fat checks on this.
ooh, nice.
20. Yeah, so Finnan, you're having trouble navigating these tunnels and everything, and you fall behind just a little bit. But Henry, you throw the rope at it and everything. You like lasso it in the leg to like slow it down for a second. It like takes its scimitar and cuts the rope, but that lets you guys catch up a little bit. So next up is Shanti or John Smith.
Now you have a 57-foot rope, not 60.
Well, hold on. So, only 6. Maybe it's still good enough to be used as 60. Hold on. Yeah, it still is. Scavenger. That's another one of my useful feats.
Nice.
Is it possible to tie a rope to a crossbow and then shoot the crossbow at it? Is that two moves?
I would probably say that's like it would definitely be a dex check, I imagine.
Okay, I'll start with the dex. Nope.
You still have 2 more chances to get it, so
Okay, thanks.
I'm just gonna use my intelligence to just kind of like track where it's going, even though like as it's dashing ahead of us and just like trying to relay that information to everyone perfectly. Let's see. I have a +2. That's an 18. Let's go, John Smith.
nice. Make sure you're marking down. I should have probably got a piece of paper just to write down, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it's
2 and 2.
2 and 2, right? Okay. All right. So on round 2 of this, the Viperian is now trying to use its like snake-like features. So it like you see he like dives into like a hole in the wall where it like leads into like a section of the cavern, and like he crawls out on the other end of the tunnel and stuff like that. As he kind of like slithered through and stuff. But next round of checks. Who wants to go first?
I'll try to use strength to run after him and try and grab his collar or whatever. Belt, whatever he's wearing.
I mean, strength is involved in running too, like athletics. You're like using your muscles
basically.
to.
Yeah, try and do a small dash or something.
So I think you're 1-1, right? Because you succeeded on the first one. You succeeded on the first round, so you should be 1-1. Next up is who?
Do we need one more? Or is this our third? Was that our third, or do we need one more?
No, essentially, I didn't properly phrase it. It's 4 of you guys, so 3 of you need to get like best 2 out of 3.
We need to have 2 successes.
Well, I failed my last one, so I think someone who was successful should go instead.
Or like 2 people need to have 2 successes, right?
Yeah, at least 3 of you guys need to beat the best 2 out of 3
of us.
Yeah, it's like majority, that sort of thing.
Getting
Nothing
three.
like
All right, cool.
nothing insanely bad happens if you fail the skill challenge. It's just like him trying to get away.
And it's bad.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say that by using my dexterity, like I'll like use it to navigate through the cave and like try to like hit those like tighter gaps and whatnot and keep pace with it. Let's see. I got a 10. That's a no-go.
I was going to do the same.
You succeeded your first one, right, John Smith?
I did.
Okay, so you're 1-1 as well.
We'll also navigate slimy tunnels, snakedom. I fail again. Skill's not my specialty.
Did you fail the first round?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Finn, you fall behind after a little bit. You're just like you're in its home turf, just to explain. I don't want to be a dick, like as a DM, but you are like in its home turf, that sort of deal. And you have the same speed, so now this is like where that skill challenge scenario comes in. So Shanti, it's all up to you.
Elves are wasted on underground travel.
Well, back to the dex check because she's gonna tie the rope to her crossbow and her bolt and see if she can do this. 14?
14 succeeds. Okay,
Woo!
so
Nice.
we're on to the pivotal final round here. Finn has fallen behind, so it's John Smith, Henry, and Shanti.
All right. We all need to succeed once, right?
Does this have to be a skill check? Can I use magics to shut
Yeah,
this
if you
down?
want to use magic, you can. This whole skill challenge is you just justifying to me how you want to try to catch up to him, essentially.
So I have a shadow weave spell, and I could just make an illusionary wall right in front of him,
That actually would
that's
be
cool.
and I'll make it seem like it's a magical wall that grows up out of the ground. So it's like magic being used, not just an illusion.
honestly.
But
If you succeed in casting that, that probably would just make you guys succeed the skill challenge. Just because I don't imagine there's a scenario where like I don't know how he would feasibly, in his mind, get past the wall. You know what I mean?
Okay, these are intelligence-based checks, right? Oh, right. This is why my character sucks. I forgot. These are charisma-based checks. It's a charisma-based spell. Yeah, I fail. No spell.
All right.
Yeah.
So you don't have the 3 people, but I will say with the 2 people that are left, I'll throw you a bone and say that even though he is on his home turf, if you succeed in you guys's checks, then you'll see where he went. So it's like the sort of thing where next session you could just hunt him down before he gets to his allies, that sort of thing, if you succeed. So
All right, another dex check for me, is that right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, 20.
Crit.
You know what I actually just realized? I didn't realize that it was. I'm thinking out of turn that it was down to Henry, Shanti, and John. So that's why disregard my thing with what I said about the Finnan and stuff. But for sure, yeah, no, you fully catch up to him, Shanti.
So mine is a rope around the crossbow, so the crossbow hits the Viperian, and now we have the rope to tug on the Viperian to stop it from running forward.
Yeah, I'll say you guys catch him. You got a nat 20, so I want to reward that. Yeah, you attach a rope to the crossbow bolt, and it fires out and like lands in his calf, that sort of thing, but it goes straight through. He tries to grab at it, but you're able to like, tug at it and stuff, and it knocks him off of his feet. So he's at you guys' mercy. What do you want to do?
Stab him.
He holds up his hand. He holds up his hand and says, "Wait."
Do we speak reptilian?
I don't stab him. He speaks common to us.
Oh, does he
says
speak
it in common.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I say I wait, but this weight is getting pretty heavy.
Wait.
As I'm standing on top of him with the blade raised.
I have seen more of your kind recently. Why are you here?
What the fuck does that matter?
I may
This
be
is
able
a
to
nice cave.
I may be able to assist you in your venture.
Tell us, how many of you are there?
There are very many.
Oh, for
more than you can understand.
Where's the big egg?
A look of recognition crosses over his emotionless face, and is like,
Queen Dania has taken it deeper within the jungle.
Well, I
She's-
thought so.
She's obsessed with it. She claims it is. She claims it. It is a chosen of our Lord, one who remembers the name.
So it's not here?
It is in the jungle past these caves. I can direct you.
Okay. Group huddle. Idea. Queen, what's her face?
He says
Narnia.
Queen Dania,
Dania.
like
Yeah.
Dania.
Yeah, I say Queen, what's her face? And I look at Viperian. Dania, okay. She's got the egg.
If you milk a snake for info, all you get is poison.
That's good.
You know what they say. Either way, I have an idea where we use this Viperian to help us infiltrate. Say, you saw some of our kind, didn't you?
Yes, I slaughtered a few myself. I assure you that
might
whatever
work in our advantage.
Sorry, go ahead.
That might work in our advantage. We can say that he hired us, adventurers, to take care of them, because, you know, we're of the same kind, we know how they think. And he brings us to their queen, and we go, like, pay our respects, and then we fucking poison her ass, take the egg, and dip.
Scaleface, how often do your people interact with those outside the woods?
He explains that they usually try not to interact with the lessers as much as they can. However, he knows that while he's not personally involved with it, they've been increasing a lot of efforts with operations in the city, specifically to get more slaves.
Alright. What if we were to promise to take care of those thieves, bandits, intruders, and bring them back as slaves? They're our direct opponents, aren't they? And I'm not above losing my honor since I've already lost it.
Opponents, you say? Are you engaged in some sort of contest? Is this why you have entered our lands?
That's none of your business, Scaleface.
He is like a very robotic person, so he doesn't interact. He doesn't like respond in the slightest to you guys' like insults and all that sort of stuff. He's just patiently awaiting you guys'
I don't think
verdict.
it's a good idea to work with
Either way,
these local creatures. They
the
are...
worst it will get is we don't have to fight our way in.
He speaks up, this blue-scaled Viperian and everything. He speaks up and says,
I assure you, you will need my services more than you can imagine. We have lived in this jungle longer than this city has been around.
Also, one more question. I'm trying to find one of them flowers that make other flowers white. Is there one on the way to this queen's abode?
he kind of cocks his head for a second and then like thinks for a second. He's like,
I assume you mean the pale one.
I show him the picture.
Yes, that is the pale one. It sits near the center of this jungle.
And it's on the way, you say?
I will give no further information without guarantee of my life.
You will have no guarantee of your life at any point during this venture.
Then you will die in here like a dog.
If you turn on us, you
I
die
will
like a dog.
put my sword back in its scabbard. I guarantee your life, friend.
This one does not.
as he points to John Smith.
I'll make him. He has the same interests as I do.
I assure you that my services will be quite useful.
I gesture to John and do like a money gesture. Come on. You know what's all in here.
Shanti agrees with John. She doesn't trust him.
I'm not worried about the money aspect of this job. I'm worried about leaving the Force alive and finishing what we came here to do. Remember, what we're on right now isn't a hunt for money or wealth, according to the High Fang. It's purely for honor in the game. Which is I don't care for those kinds of things. I also don't want any of us to die in these woods. And the last thing we need to trust is some scaled-face creature that could lead us into a trap, into a den of another dangerous creature, or how many different things. Like he said, he knows these lands better than us.
You're giving him ideas.
The Viperian speaks up, kind of interrupting you guys' argument, and he says that
I need not put any effort in leading you into a trap. As I said, we have lived in this jungle longer than the neighboring city has been around. You cannot navigate through here without peril.
I think it's in our best interests to keep him alive, at least for now. And if he helps us, we will just award him with his life. It's not like he's doing that much. He's just some scale-faced guy, and he's trying to live his life.
He props his arm. He props both of his arms up like on a nearby rock, and you see
I'll help him up.
He makes sure not to. No, he's not trying to get up and everything. He's like on his knees, I imagine, like right now. But
then I'll just prop him up.
He has his palms facing up to show that he doesn't mean any ill will. But he like props it up on top of a rock, and you see he like steps on his own arms and like breaks both of his forearms.
I am defenseless.
And he shows no emotion. He shows no emotion as he breaks his arms. Like there's no like semblance of pain or anything like that like crosses over his face, or like he doesn't make a sound, but he's like,
I am helpless.
These guys are weird. He has lost use of his arms, I believe. I'll try to splint his arms as best as I can and leave it at that.
He moves his arms away as you try to splint it. He's specifically looking at John Smith and Shanti, like the two people that were like, objecting to him guiding you guys. And he says,
I could shatter my legs. I could break my shoulders, tear out an eye. What is it you wish?
Remove your poison fangs.
No hesitation, he grabs his fangs and tears them out of his teeth. There's like blood seeping out of his mouth.
Come on, guys. This is not a good picture.
Okay.
No,
I relent. I will be fine with us keeping this one alive for just a little while, but please know it's I say so under duress. I'm not comfortable with it. Make sure you keep a good eye on it.
Don't worry.
On him.
It's a terrible idea, Henry.
He's not a beast. He's a person, even if he's strange.
Everyone's a beast in one way or another.
Well, that makes you a beast just like him, doesn't it? And me as well. But that doesn't mean that we should torture him. And also, looking at it logically, now he has 2 broken arms. Okay, we have to help him out. He can't feed himself. Okay, he can't climb up some fucking rock. Okay, and the worst of all, now his arms are broken, his fangs are missing, and I don't believe the queen will believe us then. So we'll have to leave him behind at some point.
I assure you, my queen.
Well, I don't think he would say my queen. I think he just says the queen. You get a distinct lack of like. It's not like with other cults where like, oh, like they talk about, oh, my great mother. He just refers to her with like reverence in terms of, yeah, she could kill me, but he calls her the queen. And he says,
I assure you the Queen cares not for my safety. She will not bat an eye at my state.
All right. That's, I guess, reasonable for your people. All right.
Can't wait to see how this goes south.
To the task.
All right.
Just keep an eye on it, and we should get moving along.
Deeper into the woods, I guess, as this thing says.
He leads you guys out of the cavern, and 1 second.
Oh.
I made a little point crawl map for this, which we will be getting into next session. I think this is, yeah, it's getting around the time we'll wrap up. As you guys exit the cave, you kind of have to squint your eyes a little bit as the, like, just the searing light from the sun is shining down on you all. But you get like that Jurassic Park moment of just looking out at the majesty of this place. You guys are beast hunters, so you've been to plenty of wilderness areas. The herbalist wasn't lying when she said about how ancient this place looks. Like you can see the size of the trees. Have you ever seen I think it's in California. There are like these trees that people like drive through, like they make tunnels and
The
stuff.
redwoods, yeah.
Redwoods.
Yeah. They're like that size of tree all over this place. This is a vast expanse that like you could tell like this is it's definitely like an uphill mountainous, as far as like height goes sort of region. But there's just a shit ton of these large ash trees all over the place, and then you combine that with like the mega flora all over the place, like flowers you've never seen before with like petals like weird shapes, like the star shape or something like that. Um, you see like elk that are running by, but they have like feathers like on their chest and have like bird like beaks and stuff. Just species you've never seen before, and I think I'm trying to remember the name of it. I don't know how I forgot it. You see a like triceratops like walking in the distance, and I think that's what we'll cut out as it like turns to like look at you all. It's like grazing on grass. We get Wild Hunt Volume 1 coming up on the screen.
Volume 2.